welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Megan and I'm a sustainable life and style blogger at ACTEEVISM.com. Today's video is a follow-up to one of my previous videos where I talked about 10 sustainable purchases that I regret making. I think it's just as important to talk about the sustainable things that I bought that I don't use as it is to talk about the sustainable things that I do use. So let's get right into it. This is one of my favorite sustainable purchases ever. Maybe of all time. This is a Kilner jar that comes with this little attachment on the top where you chop off the bottom of zucchini or whatever you want to make into noodles. You stick it on top and then you twist it and zucchini noodles come out on the bottom. It also has a different top if you're done zoodling your zoodles. You can put this on top to store it in the fridge or wherever. This top also fits on any small mouth mason jar. I wish that you could just buy the zoodler top. I don't know if you have to buy the whole set, but from what I remember it was like $15, so pretty cheap. And it's something that I use a lot. I make a lot of zucchini noodles. I try to eat more vegetables and there's always a ton of zucchini at my local farmers markets. And to have the ability to make my own zucchini noodles instead of buying them in a frozen package or in a plastic package is amazing. It also takes a ton less space than like plastic zoodler. Really all I have to store is this top. I use this when I go bulk purchasing. I don't even really use this when I make the zucchini noodles. This was a great purchase. My number 2 item that I am so thrilled I purchased are these Bite toothpaste bits. I went through a phase where I would make my own toothpaste. There's a few ingredients that I could buy low cost and in bulk, but after a while I started to just kind of feel like I wasn't taking care of my teeth in the best way. I think natural toothpaste is fine, but I wanted some other kind of package-free or low-waste toothpaste option. So these are little toothpaste bites. They're from the company Bite toothpaste bits. They come in this glass jar and it's just a little bite. And what you do is you put it in your mouth, you bite it a little bit, and you wet your toothbrush, and then you brush, and it becomes like a foamy kind of toothpaste. I'm on my second round of my subscription with Bite, so either every 3 months or 4 months you get a refill. So the first time you buy it, you get it in this glass jar, and then when you get a refill, it sends it to you in a home compostable little package, and you just refill it into the jar. I love that there's not a lot of waste created with the subscription model either. These are also really great for traveling. I have little smaller containers that I just have from like old makeup stuff that I've washed and used just if I'm traveling for a week or 2 weeks and don't need to bring a whole 4-month supply. The first flavor I bought, I didn't love the minty flavor of it. I will put the name of it. This one is a charcoal version and I like the taste of it a lot better. The third sustainable thing that I do not regret buying are sustainably made basics. One of my regrets in my previous video was clothes that are sustainably made or thrifted that just don't fit me right or aren't really things that I'll get a lot of wear out of. But there are a lot of sustainable basics that I've invested in that I just absolutely love and wear all the time and hope to wear like literally for the rest of my life. I love my black jean jacket from Boyish Jeans. I wear it like I want to say 3 times a week. Haven't been wearing it much in quarantine, but really would wear it all the time when things were more normal. I love my jeans from Reformation. I have ones with daisies on them. I just bought a plain black pair. I have this white t-shirt that I bought at a Reformation sample sale that I wear constantly. I have these 2 stretchy casual black dresses from Reformation that I bought on sale that I wear all the time. I actually have been wearing those a ton in quarantine just because they're comfortable and I don't like wearing pants. There's no need to wear pants. Why would I? Sustainable fashion can be expensive if you're buying a lot of new clothes. So I definitely recommend if you're going to buy something new, investing in sustainably made basics that are things that fit and that you will wear a lot. So the 4th and 5th things that I absolutely do not regret buying have to do with my period. The first sustainable period products I invested in were Thinx underwear. This is one of the more recent pairs that I bought. They're the cotton briefs. I'm pretty sure these underwear are the equivalent to like 2 tampons. In the beginning of my sustainable period journey, I switched to organic cotton tampons because if you don't know, there are really scary chemicals that are in regular cotton tampons and you're inserting that directly into your bloodstream, which is just horrifying. Anyway, the first thing I did was switch to organic tampons and I wanted to stop using pads and liners, so I got Thinx underwear. I would wear it mostly at night and then through the day on my heavier days more as like a liner. And then towards the end of my period, when things were a lot lighter, I would just wear them instead of liners or pads or light tampons. I love things. They're actually really easy to use. They're reusable. So all you do is at the end of the day, you rinse them in water and then you put them through a washing machine cycle and you hang dry them and then you use them again. So the next step in my sustainable period journey was to use a menstrual cup instead of tampons. I realized even though I was using organic cotton tampons and they were definitely better, I still was producing a lot of unnecessary plastic waste. And even if I wanted to use cardboard applicators, that still produces unnecessary waste. And even the ones that don't have applicators that just come wrapped in plastic, they're individually wrapped in plastic, which for health reasons is important, but I wanted to move away from plastic in general. So I got a menstrual cup from Sustain. I don't have to constantly think about carrying tampons around with me, which is so freeing. I can wear it through the night, I can wear it through the day. It's just great. It definitely is something that's more expensive up front. I think I bought mine on like a Cyber Monday sale from Sustain, so it was like 25% off or something. But I haven't bought tampons in 1.5 years, almost 2 years, which is a long time. And if you're buying tampons every month, that can really add up, especially considering the pink tax. So don't knock it till you try it. The sixth sustainable purchase that I am so excited that I made and do not regret at all are these produce bags. I will say these were actually gifted to me by the company that sells them, but I had so many that I gave some to family and friends because I just love them so much. So I didn't buy them, but I would have bought them. They're these produce bags. They're from the company Viper and they sell on Amazon. They come in a bunch of different sizes. This is just one of them. But they're organic cotton mesh. They have this little pull string on the top. They have the tear weight on the tag. And they are just the best. I have started buying a lot more of food in bulk. So this one grocery store that I go to in Culver City, you can buy bulk spinach. They just have like a tub of spinach, and instead of scooping it into a plastic bag, I can just scoop it in here. I also can organize produce and things if I go to a farmer's market, or even if I go to the grocery store. Instead of buying plastic bags, I could just put them in here. I also use this, 2 uses in one, to strain oat milk when I make my own oat milk at home. I don't have a nut milk bag, or I did, but it was so fine that it took forever for the milk to strain through. So what I do is I just fold this in half so that it has 4 layers of mesh, and I prop it in my little mason jar or whatever I end up pouring my oat milk into, and I strain it that way. It's definitely not super fine, but I don't mind having a little bit of oat grain in my oat milk. These are amazing. If you're looking for produce bags, definitely look at these. I will link them down below. Okay, another disclaimer, I didn't buy these. These were a birthday gift. When I turned 21, my brother and his girlfriend bought me these Marley's Monsters unpaper towels. They're like bamboo reusable paper towels, but they come with this little stand and you just pull one off. They come in the cutest designs. This one here is dinosaurs, and this next one is like a camping scene. And I just use them like regular paper towels, except I then throw them in the laundry and use them again. I've had these now for almost 2 years. They're in great shape. There's a little bit of pilling going on in here, but it doesn't take away from their ability to clean surfaces. These have also been especially handy during quarantine. I am immunocompromised and I'm living alone, so I try not to go out to the grocery store very often, and every time I go there still are no paper towels. So I haven't had to buy paper towels over the past 2 years, which is great, and especially in a pandemic where there's a shortage of certain things, I'm really glad that I have this option. These also surprisingly were one of the easiest things to get my roommates last year to buy into. I would constantly talk to my roommates about sustainable changes that they can make and how to buy things with less plastic. And after a while, we just stopped buying paper towels because they would use these. So for an apartment where it was hard to get people to buy into sustainable things, this was one of the things that they bought into. So that's also pretty cool. The next thing that I love are these reusable bamboo cotton rounds. I don't wear a ton of makeup, so I don't use these a ton, but if my face ever feels just like super oily and I want to use like micellar water or anything to just like really get all the stuff off my face, I use these. If you wear makeup every day and normally use a cotton pad to take them off, definitely invest in these. They're not that expensive. They're something that you can buy up front, reuse all the time, throw in the laundry. They're super easy to clean. Then that's one less thing that you have to regularly buy and throw away. I keep them in this little mason jar. I only have 2 clean ones left. I clearly have to do laundry soon. But they're easy to wash. They come in a little mesh bag that you just close and throw in with your laundry and then throw in the dryer. They haven't even gotten pilly at all, which is great. Maybe just because I don't use them as often as my paper towels, but these are great. And my friend Monica, who likes to watch my YouTube videos, so hi Monica. She loves makeup and she loves her bamboo cotton rounds. The 9th sustainable purchase that I absolutely love is this safety razor. I thought the colors were just kind of fun. I first purchased the safety razor, I want to say 3 years ago, and I bought just the cheapest option on Amazon. I don't recommend doing that. This option I think was like 20 something, which is still not the highest quality purchase that I could make, but this does the trick better than my first one. I also didn't know how to care for my first one. It was very rusty, so look up how to use a safety razor properly before you buy one and how to store it properly and clean it properly to make sure that it lasts a long time. But I haven't bought razors in 3 years. And that was something that I used to buy all the time. I was constantly going through different razors, and now I have one and I just replaced the blades. I bought like a pack of 100 blades 3 years ago and I still have most of them. I also feel like I get a closer shave. It is a heavier razor and you have to get used to going at it from a different angle, but hands down one of my favorite purchases. I even got my mom a safety razor for Christmas. She asked for it, but I did get her one for Christmas. And my last sustainable purchase that I absolutely do not regret making is this sewing machine. I bought this Singer Brilliance sewing machine secondhand on Letgo, I think for like $60. I know these retail for a lot more expensive, so I was thrilled to A, find a secondhand sewing machine literally down the street for me, and B, find a high quality, never used sewing machine for way less expensive than it actually costs. I'm gonna put this down because it's really heavy. I'm so glad that I made that purchase, because one of the ways, especially over the past few weeks, that I've been trying to live more sustainably and have a more sustainable closet is by updating my clothes and mending my clothes so that they fit and that they can be worn. I know not everyone knows how to sew, but even investing in a little hand sewing kit, which is what I had before I bought this sewing machine last year, having some kind of a way to put on a button that fell off or sew a little hole in a piece of clothing, any way that you can extend the life of clothes longer is beneficial. And just the way that I choose to do that is with my sewing machine and by hand sewing. It's not a sustainable purchase in the sense that it is a sustainable product, but the stuff that I do with that product is sustainable. I'm extending the life of the clothes that I have and turning clothes that I don't wear into something that I will wear and appreciate, and mending clothes that are broken and need a little TLC. So those are 10 sustainable items that I absolutely do not regret buying and recommend to anyone who thinks that you will get good use out of them. I will link everything down below and similar things from different sites. I'm going to try my best not to link from Amazon because Jeff Bezos does not need any more money. I hope this video is helpful. As I said in my last video, comment down below if there's a sustainable product that you absolutely love, cannot live without, or so glad that you purchased. I want this to be a resource for everyone who watches, not just from what I'm saying, but from what other people are saying. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video.